Enron is a company that deals with everyone with absolute integrity.
On December 2nd, 2001, Enron declared bankruptcy.
I respectfully decline to answer the questions based on the protection afforded me under the United States Constitution.
Enron essentially was losing money on a cash basis year after year, and yet it was reporting profits.
Should we invest all of our 401k in Enron stock? Absolutely.
Why is it that you had begun unloading your stock pretty heavily before that date, and yet led the employees to think they should keep buying stock?
We learned around 9:30 about the bankruptcy and that we were all being let go. We had 30 minutes to leave the building.
For years now, we've been hearing about corporate executives who made fortunes for themselves while driving their companies into bankruptcy, costing employees their jobs and sometimes their life savings. Not so at Malden Mills, the textile company in Lawrence, Massachusetts that invented the fabric Polartec. As we reported last year, Malden Mills also filed for bankruptcy protection, but that's the only thing it has in common with companies like Enron. In fact, Malden Mills is known for going out of its way to help its employees, even when the company suffered a shattering setback.
It started around 8 o'clock.
Explosions boomed into the night.
Spectacular general
Two
alarm.
buildings still burning.
You can still see the orange glow in the
There's just no way to quantify this at this point.
And all of this happened, of course, just 2 weeks before Christmas.
The fire that broke out at Malden Mills in the winter of '95 was the largest fire Massachusetts had seen for a century. No one was killed, but the town was devastated. Malden Mills was one of the few large employers in a town that was already in desperate straits. By morning, just about all that remained of the mill was ashes.
As you watched the place burn, what was going through your mind?
The only thing that went through my mind was, how can I possibly recreate it?
Aaron Feuerstein is the owner of Malden Mills. He's 76, the third generation of his family to run the mill.
I was proud of the family business, and I wanted to keep that alive, and I wanted that to survive. But I also felt the responsibility for all my employees to take care of them, to give them jobs.
And he made a decision, one that others in the textile industry found hard to believe. While the fire was still smoldering, Feuerstein decided to rebuild right there in Lawrence. Decided not to move south or overseas as much of the industry had done in search of cheap labor. And he made another shocking decision.
For the next 30 days, all our employees will be paid their full salaries.
A month later, he held another meeting.
We will, once again, for at least 30 days more, pay all our employees.
The mill was in ruins. You continued to pay your workers. That may be a great moral gesture, but is it a wise business decision?
I think it was a wise business decision, but that isn't why I did it. I did it because it was the right thing to do.
Some might have said the proper business decision for a 70-year-old guy is to take the $300 million in insurance and retire.
And what would I do with it? Eat more? Buy another suit? Retire and die? Huh. No, that did not go into my mind. That was not an option, not for a second.
Have a wonderful holiday.
He kept his promises. Workers picked up their checks for months.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
In all, he paid out $25 million. Aaron Feuerstein became known as the Mensch of Malden Mills, a businessman who seemed to care more about his workers than about his net worth.
You became a hero for simply doing the right thing is a terrible commentary on the business world.
Yes, it is. That at the time in America of the greatest prosperity, the god of money has taken over to an extreme.
To what degree is your faith, your religion, responsible for this idea of the moral businessman?
I think it plays a big role.
For guidance, he turns to the Torah, the book of Jewish law.
V'lo sashok socha, you are not permitted to oppress the working man because he's poor and he's needy amongst your brethren and amongst the non-Jew in your community.
What's going to be on your tombstone?
I don't know. Hopefully it'll be he done his damnedest, you know, that I don't give up and I try to do the right thing.